They're canceling all of them now. Wow. It's October 1st. The government is officially shut down. If you're planning on any air travel, give yourself plenty of time. The security check-in at LAX Southwest Terminal only had one scanner open, so it was a little slow. So if you are planning on traveling, give yourself extra time to get through.
Please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for Delta Flight 101 to Buenos Aires, once again, I do apologize. I understand you guys are frustrated, upset, but it's nothing right now we can do. They're waiting to get pilots. This flight has not canceled. This flight has nothing, and I do apologize for this delay. Yes, you see it's noon. They're still working on getting pilots. All the information that I know is what you know. The only thing I'm going to do is be honest with you guys and tell you all the information that I know. I understand each and every passenger is upset, but right now it's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. Hold on, give me a second. Once they give me the crew scheduling, gives me the information, I will let you guys know. Right now, I don't know. They only are updating the...
Look at this. There is...
So you mean to tell me with this government shutdown, and I didn't even think this far until I just went on CBS and looked at it. If you traveling, them people is not getting paid. TSA officers, employees, they're not getting paid. And some of them not coming to work, rightfully so. They're not getting paid, y'all. And they said something about air traffic control. It may be severe delays. Y'all, this is beyond me. Like, they said their flights are going to be delayed. There was a whole terminal that that was shut down.
Yep.
Because there's nobody to work the terminal because they're not being paid. Like, what? I mean, are we cool? Is everything, are the brains functioning? Are they not functioning? What is happening here? Like, don't they know that one decision affects many different, there's a cause and effect.
And you know what's crazy? The last shutdown was back in 2018, and guess who was in office during the 2018 shutdown? It was President Donald Trump, right? It's the same thing, and it's always over some decision where both parties can't come to communicate together and making a decision and agreement on just certain things that we can all understand and agree that, hey, we know that people want healthcare, people need healthcare within the United States. These are essential things of the United States. Do you know? And it starts to make me question, why is this happening a second time again? Maybe it's on purpose, right? It makes you think, is this all on purpose? Is this something that he is strategically trying to do for other reasons? I don't know. And if y'all don't know, he's also laying off so many federal workers after this shutdown. But I'll continue to show you the videos. I'm gonna let the rest of the video speak for itself.
So even if it's not directly affecting your paycheck, if you plan on traveling, it's affecting their paychecks, and you may not get to where you're going.
It's 5 a.m. getting ready to go to work. It's day one of the government shutdown. I worked the last one, but I can't remember what it looked like. So, actually, I wasn't flying at the time. 2018, no, I was a manager. Anyways, we'll see how this shutdown affects the aviation industry. Went ahead and backed up my trips because I heard the longer it goes, the more impacts we'll have. So I'm gonna go ahead and work my trips, and then when it really hit, hopefully I'll be off. So anyways, hopefully they come up to some type of resolution.
Yeah, I hope so too. And shout out to all the workers that are actually still working during this whole shutdown. I know like the pay is kind of furloughed, or, you know, they'll probably get back pay later on. But can you imagine just going to work, showing up, and still not knowing if you'll ever get paid, or not knowing when you'll get paid, you know, that kind of thing. So shout out to all the workers, honestly.
Went through airport security, and TSA was not happy because Trump has suspended their paychecks with his government shutdown. The air traffic controllers that I am personally depending on to make sure the plane lands safely, they're also being forced to work without pay, as are our active duty service members. Now, presumably they'll get back pay later, but that doesn't help them pay their bills right now. So Republicans who control the White House, the Senate, and the House opted to shut the government down rather than negotiate with Democrats. Now, Democrats were happy to keep funding the government. They just wanted to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits as part of that. Without those tax credits, millions of Americans are going to see their health insurance premiums go up a lot next year, in some cases doubling or tripling. Expect to be paying a lot more. Many people are going to be paying hundreds of dollars a month more, which is, I guess, what Republicans want. This is the fourth time that Trump has shut down the government. His last shutdown was the longest in U.S. history and cost the U.S. economy an estimated $11 billion.
5 a.m. and the government has officially shut down, and I have a flight. And I heard the airport's going to be fucked, so let's go see what it's like to be one of the first flights out when the U.S. government has completely shut down.
Okay, so getting through security and checking bags and everything usually takes me like 30-ish minutes at SeaTac, so we'll see how long it takes today. Not looking optimistic. I'm not seeing a line, but there are lots of people coming in. It's 7:42. Start the timer. 7:46. Just got through checked bag area, though that is a private company, so that doesn't mean much. I'm not scared yet, but the line is increasingly growing. The time is 7:54. Okay, just made it through security. It is 8:02, so it only took 20 minutes. The difference, though, is that this is the Wednesday morning after the government shutdown, so there aren't really anybody calling out sick as of right now. It's also just a Wednesday morning, so the airport is going to be less busy. From what I have heard from other experts in this space is that they expect this to become more chaotic the longer the shutdown remains. So you're going to be waiting a lot longer if you are getting to the airport last minute in a week or so. You might be missing flights. There are going to be flight delays. There are going to be flight.
Get used to more people crashing out as the world crumbles before them. First, I want to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachai, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, Elder Bishop, the great millstone, who rule well. Peace and blessings to your fellow brothers pushing out this word. And truth and sincerity, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachai, Kodash. And it's going to be a really super quick video as I'm driving to the battlefield, getting ready to hold camp with the brothers from Memphis, Lord's will. I'll make it there safe. Okay, send the prayers. All right. But I was watching this video, and there's so many videos like this. It's from Jay Reed. I believe I'm subscribed to him. I'm subscribing now. It says airports are a nightmare after government shutdown, and Americans are furious. And basically Americans complaining about the government shutdown and how these airports are just backed up. You know, nobody's really working. All these flights are being delayed, and basically people are starting to crash out. And this is a occurrence that you're going to have to start to get used to. Is these Babylonians, Jacob and Esau, as well as these heathens. A lot of these heathens, as the scriptures say, they're going to go back to their own lands. You know, all right. A lot of them are going to go back to their own lands, but a lot that have invested a lot in America, you know, they gonna stay and they gonna crash the fuck out, man. Okay, because it's let me make sure I'm just going the right way. Okay, yep. Because their world is crumbling right before their eyes. You have major layoffs in all sectors. All right, and there's going to be more layoffs in the federal government due to the due to the shutdown. Our people are not getting paid. And a lot of these federal workers, they live paycheck to paycheck, just like the average worker. But guess who is getting paid? The people that are in high government. Okay, celebrities. So people are going to turn on these individuals as their world crumbles right before them, as their livelihood crumbles right before them. All right, as their standard of living crumbles right before them, and nobody's coming to save them. The only saving grace, so to speak, is Esau coming with the UBI, Universal Basic Income, digital IDs, digital money, okay, and ultimately the CHIP. That's the end goal for these Americans and really for the world population. Okay, you owning nothing and being happy, but that's pretty much gaslighting, because you're not going to be happy about the current situation that you're in. You're going to be upset. You're gonna riot. Okay, you're gonna try to go against the government. You're gonna go against your neighbor. The scriptures talk about how at that time shall friends fight against each other like enemies. Okay, we're watching it. We're watching it. So just get used to more people crashing out over the different policies that the government is administering, the wars that are getting ready to be started, the gaslighting that's getting ready to happen, food prices, inflation that's getting ready to happen. Get ready for more people to crash the fuck out. I'm going to leave you with one scripture. Okay, and I want to highlight a word here. In Luke 21, because the Lord told us about this. He told us that these things would actually start happening. Okay, this is Luke 21. Okay, give me a second. Luke 21 and yep, in 20 and 25 it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations. Okay, you had Mexico. You're not going to see this in the news. They're not putting this in the news. Mexico just had a crazy ass riot where they was throwing fire bombs at the police just the other day. Okay, all these European nations, they're rioting. Okay, these you just had that one country. Damn, what was that one country? Nepal. Was it Nepal that had a civil unrest? Okay, and basically overthrew the government. Syria got overthrown. You got different alliances being established that are against America. All right, you got countries coming and speaking out against America. You got Americans speaking out against America. You got civil war brewing. Okay, distress of nations. Okay, that's what's happening. Distress of nations with perplexity. The sea and the waves roaring. Men's heart failing them for fear. See? And for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. Just like in Ecclesiastes 12 where it says, the keepers of the house shall tremble. Those that look out of the window shall be darkened. You know? Because everything is crumbling. What they know as, their normal reality is all crumbling right before them. But I want to get this word perplexity, which goes into a lack of resources, which that's gonna fuel. Give me a second. Let me just park. I think I could park actually up here. Bear with me. Just give me a second. I'm about to wrap this up. Okay. The perplexity, which is the lack of resources, but also not being able to know what to do. Okay, that word perplexity. Aporia. Okay. And I believe you got to go to the root. Yep. Aporio, to be without resources, which that's going to cause major chaos. It tells you how in 2 Ezra 15 how because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, they're going to be going house to house, killing each other, going against the government. To be in straits is a position of difficulty. To be left wanting, to be embarrassed, you're going to have a lot of jakes that's going to be embarrassed because they should have got this word when they had a chance. To be in doubt, okay, people are going to crash out because they're going to be in doubt. Their outlook on life is going to be it's going to be grim. People dying around them, their health getting worse, the government not giving a shit about them, their neighbor not giving a shit about them, getting ready to be thrown into war. Okay, the lack of resources, diseases all around them, earthquakes, their whole nest egg completely destroyed, markets crashing, and investments gone, bank accounts through. To be at a loss with oneself, be in doubt, not to know which way to turn. See, not to know how to decide. We're gonna know how to decide in that time. The Lord has given us that spirit. He has not given us that spirit of fear. Okay, in that same chapter it says, "In your patience possess ye your soul." So I'm gonna close it there. I gotta get ready to hit camp. Until next time, shalom to the left.